Let me tell you about a place where adaptation isn't just a skill, it's an art form of the highest order. Picture a space so precisely constrained that people face one fundamental choice, either to transform or remain static. And then what emerges? Pure brilliant transformation. Townships are not merely locations like they're typically known. Townships are like living laboratories of human potential. You want to witness innovation in its purest form? Watch a township wake up at 4 a.m. Imagine this moment. Pre-dawn darkness. A vendor with steaming hot coffee, tea, biscuits, a taxi driver preparing to transport dreams across the city. This isn't merely commerce. This is psychological alchemy, the transformation of constraints into opportunities. Consider the fascinating psychology at play here. When a space is designed for mere existence, human nature responds by creating entire universes of possibility. Take a space engineered for basic survival like a township, double its population density, apply pressure through limited resources, and what emerges? Innovation. Not just any type of innovation. I'm talking about innovation that defies probability. Think about it. Every single morning, an intricate economic ecosystem activates. Breakfast vendors, transport networks, childcare minders, mechanics. They are not simply operating businesses. They are redefining the very boundaries of possibility. The township economy presents us with a remarkable case study for human adaptation. Entirely new markets. The pre-dawn economy, serving those who rise before the sun. This isn't merely survival, it's creative problem solving at a systemic level. I mean, look at the taxi industry. A complete reimagining of mobility infrastructure. They didn't just create transportation, they engineered an entire economic ecosystem. Without formal blueprints, they developed sophisticated route optimization, pricing models, social systems, hand signals for stopping and the transformation of shebeens into cultural institutions, of street vendors into microeconomies. These aren't just businesses, they are manifestations of human potential refusing to be confined. When conventional wisdom suggests that one can only exist within these margins, what do people do? They redefine the entire concept of margins. This is about more than survival. It's about remarkable capacity of human beings to create value where none was meant to exist. To build communities where only dormitories were planned, to forge connections where isolation was intended. What we are witnessing isn't just entrepreneurship. It's evidence of the uncontainable nature of human potential. Where systems say survive, people respond by thriving. This isn't just an economy referred to. This is a testament to the human spirit's capacity to transform limitation into innovation. Picture economic hubs emerging in unexpected places, building on the innovative spirit already present in these communities. Townships aren't just spaces waiting for transformation. They are living proof of human ingenuity already, waiting to be fully recognized and unleashed. This isn't about overcoming a broken system. It's about acknowledging and amplifying the remarkable solutions communities have already created. The future isn't repair necessarily. It is recognition and amplification of the brilliant adaptations already in place. Don't mistake this for just a celebration of what we have overcome, but I'm celebrating what was created in that. So, the next time your nervous system signals distress, when that generational memory of trauma whispers limitations, pause and take a moment. When your mind tells you that this environment will diminish you, when institutional memories of suffering threatens to overshadow your potential, remember this. Look at the steel merchant thriving in what others saw as poverty. Look at the transport networks that were built from nothing but necessity and insight. Look at the pre-dawn economies crafted from pure innovation. These are proof points of possibility. When evidence seems to suggest limitation, when opportunities feel scarce, when the walls appear to be closing in, remember what your generation have witnessed. Remember what your parents' generation overcame. We are not celebrating constraints that were meant to break the human spirit. We are celebrating how that spirit transformed limitation into innovation. The steel merchant isn't just running a business. They are proving that value creation exists wherever human ingenuity takes root. The 4 a.m. vendor isn't just selling breakfast. They are demonstrating how necessity breeds innovation. So this isn't about accepting inherited conditions. That's not what I'm saying. This is about recognizing the blueprint for transformation that exists in every success story around you. Look at the roses that push through the concrete. Study their resilience. Understand their path. The future isn't about surviving within these constraints. It's about taking these hard-won lessons in innovation, these proven models of success, and building something larger, something formal, something lasting. If such remarkable innovation could emerge from such hostile soil, imagine what's possible when we consciously cultivate the ground for growth. So this is your inheritance, not the constraints, no, but the proven capacity to transform them. Consider the profound psychological relationship between people and their environment. The prevalence of litter isn't just merely a maintenance issue. It's a psychological manifestation of a deeper psychological disconnect. When human beings are compelled to exist in spaces designed without dignity, a natural psychological resistance emerges. The visible signs of environmental distress, which is the litter, the decay, the disconnect, are symptoms of a deeper need for transformation. We got to build spaces that we can be proud of, spaces that can serve rather than constrain, spaces that generate health rather than stress. When environments are designed for human flourishing, communities thrive. This isn't about managing symptoms, guys. This is about creating environments that naturally produce the outcomes we seek, which is health, prosperity, dignity, and pride. The future of our communities lies not in adapting to toxic spaces, but in transforming them based on proven principles of human-centered design. We have the evidence. We just need to roll it out and build environments that nurture rather than diminish human potential. Consider for a moment what our environments whisper to our bodies. Not in words, but in the language of stress, hormones, blood pressure, sleep patterns. Our bodies keep score of every spatial constraint, every environmental burden. When a community shows signs of environmental disconnect, the litter, the decay, we're not witnessing carelessness. We're seeing the physical manifestation of a profound psychological truth. Human beings will resist spaces that resist their dignity. But here's what's remarkable. Change the environment and you change the story. So we stand at the crossroads of possibility. The blueprints for transformation aren't hidden. They're written in the success stories of communities worldwide. They're documented in health statistics, economic indicators, and the invisible but powerful metric of human dignity. The future isn't about managing decay or adapting to toxicity. It's about recognizing that every broken window, every piece of litter, every sign of disconnect is actually a call to action, a demand for environments that reflect our inherent worth. We need to only look at the evidence. When spaces are designed for human flourishing, communities don't just survive, they transform. We already possess the knowledge to build environments that heal rather than harm, that elevate rather than constrain, that celebrate rather than suppress human potential. The question before us isn't whether transformation is possible. The question is whether we're ready to build spaces worthy of our resilience, worthy of our potential, worthy of our children's future. Because the truth is both simple and profound. When we build environments that honor human dignity, we don't just change spaces, we change the story of what's possible. There's a story that Tim Wise tells that cuts to the heart of collective responsibility. He talks about a commune, 10 people, one forgotten pot of gumbo. Imagine it, days passed. The gumbo sits, it's untouched. First, there was a subtle change, then there was a smell. Not just a smell, but a growing presence that begins to occupy the entire commune. So here's the profound thing. That particular pot of gumbo wasn't cooked with the intention of creating a problem. Nobody deliberately spilled it, but everyone is now living in the consequences of its stench. The stench becomes more than odor. It becomes a question, a challenge, a test of collective humanity in that particular space. Meaning, it didn't matter who created the mess. The individual problem becomes a collective responsibility. We don't choose the inherited problems, the systemic challenges, the historical wounds, but we do choose how we can respond. Whether we step into the discomfort, whether we clean what wasn't originally our mess, because some things won't heal themselves. Some stories won't rewrite themselves. Some stenches won't disappear. Our power isn't avoiding responsibility. Our power is in choosing to transform what we've inherited or build new systems that will serve us.